Hey, my name is Jessica. This is one of my first real videos. I'm currently sitting in my beanbag chair with my matching blanket, so I kind of am camouflaged right now. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about social anxiety. It's something that I've dealt with for the majority of my life. Starting out as a young kid, I was always the shy kid. I used to hide behind my mom's leg. I was never really outgoing in school. I never had tons of friends. I still don't have tons of friends. I was just always known as the quiet girl, kind of awkward. I probably think I'm a lot more awkward than I am because a lot of times people are like, you seem fine, whatever. But in my mind, I'm just so worried about everything. So, to me, social anxiety is just kind of like this constant fear and worry in social situations. You know, anything from walking past somebody in the hallway or being in an elevator with somebody or, meeting new people, new coworkers, anything like that. It's just a struggle for me. I'm so worried about how people perceive me, what they're thinking of me, what my face is doing when I'm talking, my eye contact, what my mouth is doing, if I'm blushing, so many little stupid things that I know are irrational. I can't contain that worry, and I wish that there was more things I could do to stop it, but it just kind of happens to me, and it's debilitating, it just kind of makes you want to run out of the room and just go and hide under a shell. I love coming home to my apartment by myself. I feel like it's my safe place. I don't have to hide, or I don't have to feel uncomfortable. I don't have to talk to people, which I know sounds really bad, but it's really hard for me sometimes to talk to people. And I think a lot of times people confuse shyness and social anxiety with being stuck up or being a bitch. And I promise you, I'm neither of those things, unless you give me a really good reason. But I hate when people think oh, she's just so stuck up, she doesn't want to talk to us. But no, it's there are times where I literally want to walk up to somebody and be oh, give them a compliment, or just, how was your weekend? But I feel well, I don't know, they don't know me well enough. What if they think I'm weird? Or I don't know, what if I make a fool of myself? Or I physically start to feel sick. My stomach will hurt. I will start sweating, and to me it's not worth the energy. I physically, I get drained. And so, being alone and having my solitude and stuff, that kind of refuels me and gives me energy to just go to work every day and simple things like that. Whereas I feel if I was constantly around people, I would just crumble and die because it's so stressful sometimes. And I think it must be really nice for people who don't have to deal with that. And I don't know, I definitely have pushed myself. It's not I don't try to socialize or put myself out there. I've joined sports things by myself, and I actually went on a trip completely by myself with people from all around the world, and I was terrified, but I did it, and I lived, I survived. But were there lots of uncomfortable moments? For sure. And is there a lot of times where I feel I need alcohol to feel comfortable? Yes, which I definitely don't encourage or think is a good thing, but I think that's a reason why a lot of times friendships, it's okay, are we drinking? Okay, yeah, I can come. But if not, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I can't sit there for more than an hour and be normal. I'm gonna freak out. And that sounds so bad. But that's just kind of my life. So yeah. I'm trying to think of examples of situations that I've been in, or I remember as a kid, I would get so nervous / excited for birthday parties that I would literally get so sick that I couldn't go anymore. And then there was this time I went to this church youth group, or I don't know, young adult sports thing, and I was so nervous because I knew nobody. And I ended up going to the washroom and I was physically, like, I threw up. I was sick. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Like, you feel like sometimes like you're gonna die, but you know you're not. You know, you survive and you're fine. But in those moments, it's just like, oh, like, get me out of here. So yeah, that's just a couple examples. Dating can be really hard. Because clearly you're meeting a new person, and then, I mean, first dates are all kinds of awkward anyways, but then throw in social anxiety on top of that, and it's not fun. But there are definitely people that are easier to talk to than others, and I would recommend to people, if you know somebody with social anxiety, just kind of ask them questions. They probably want to talk, they just don't know how, or they don't feel comfortable. Like, don't make them have a full-blown conversation, but kind of just, when you see them, like, ask them questions and they'll warm up to you. They just kind of have to feel comfortable. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and my social anxiety. And I know I'm not the only person out there that deals with it, so it'd be nice to hear other people's experiences. I know that I'm lucky because it could be a lot worse. I'm not, locked up in my apartment every single day. I'm able to go to work. I do have somewhat of a social life, maybe not the most exciting one. I don't, have a huge social circle, but I have, a group of people that I'm close with that I can be comfortable with and be myself with. And that's another thing too. I tend to kind of cling to people that I do feel close with just because it's easier for me, which, I would like to branch out and make more friends and feel comfortable with people. It's just really difficult for me. But, I find when people kind of prove that, they truly want to get to know me and, they care about who I am, and then, yeah, I can warm up to people for sure. It just takes me a bit longer than others. So anyways, hopefully this helps somebody or gives you some insight into social anxiety. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.